So what are microgreens? Microgreens are cute little plants that are the same plants that you grow in the garden. And that can be, we have here radish, this is kale, this is broccoli, this is a jazzy lettuce mix that's nice and spicy. So what microgreens are is, it's the same plant you grow in the garden. The only difference is we harvest them 8 to 15 days after we sow the seeds. And these little plants have up to 40 times the nutritional value of a full-grown plant growing in your garden. So they're packed full of nutrients, and the other thing about it is that they're fun, they're easy to grow, and they're tasty. I wish you were here. You could taste this with me. That's good. Has a nice bite, crispy flavor. Great on sandwiches, in soups, salads, wherever you want to use them. So, let me show you how you grow. First of all, watertight tray. I take my jute mat, which has been soaking overnight in water, and it does take overnight to get these saturated. I put that on the bottom of the tray. Then, I take my seed pack, sprinkle the seeds over the jute mat to get a nice full covering. Then, I apply the dome over the grower tray, and that creates a perfect environment for the seeds to germinate. It's clean, it's easy to use, there's no soil involved. I really like this method. Now, my watering at this point is misting the seeds from the top so that the jute mat stays saturated. I don't want the mat floating in water at this point. All I want it is just saturated. Then I cover the tray with a towel because most microgreens like to be dark in order to germinate. I don't actually pour water into there. I just mist this. I would do it 1 or 2 times a day for the first couple of days until the seeds germinate. Then, when the seeds germinate, this is what you're going to see. Little tiny sprouts growing out of the seeds, and they're going to mature into full-grown microgreens. Now at this point, they're going to want to have light and lots of it. So what you do is remove the dome, we won't be using that anymore, and you take your tray, put it in a window that gets as much sun as you can get, or put it outside on your patio or whatever. But if you're outside on your patio, avoid midday sun because that can be too strong for your plants. In 3 or 4 days, this is what you're going to see as your microgreens start to grow. Now, my watering is going to change, and they're going to start using a lot more water because they're going to be in the sun and the heat bakes out the moisture, and the plants are going to be using more water also. And so with this, all I do is I pour the water in the corner of the tray, I tilt the tray back and forth like that, and it's water. Again, I don't want the tray really to be floating in water, but that's okay. At this point, if it floats a little bit, but I want to be sure that I have that mat saturated. Okay, then after anywhere between 8 and 14 days, the fun begins. These particular microgreens were planted 13 days ago. And again, it's kale, broccoli, and radish. Radish is the quickest one. That's usually ready in about 7 or 8 days, as a matter of fact. So let's take these out again and take a look at them. See how clean this is? Now what I've been doing is I just water the corner of the tray every day, maybe every couple of days, to keep them wet through their growing period and make sure they get a lot of light. And here's what I get. Nice, healthy, fresh microgreens. Let's taste these. This is kale. Very good. Very good. This is broccoli. Nice, crispy, crunchy, fresh flavor. Excellent. So now, in harvesting these, what I like to do is, as I just did, is I pull the entire plant out of the mat, and so then the seed pod comes along with the plant. And I think that the roots and the seed pod and all of that give it an extra crunchy flavor. So this is how I like to eat them. Now another way you can do this is you just grab a handful and you cut them with the scissors, and then this is what your harvest looks like. What I want to point out here is, what I like to do now is, these are ready to eat. So as I use these, I pull them out of the tray. The rest of them keep growing in the tray, and so they stay nice and fresh. This will last about a week before the microgreens start to get bitter. And at that point, after about 5 days of this, if there's any left, I cut them off, or pull off the entire mat and store them in the refrigerator, and then I can keep them for about another week again. But there is a key to how to store these so that they stay nice and fresh. Here's how to store microgreens to keep them fresh in the refrigerator for a week. Number one is you line the plastic bag with a paper towel. Pull your greens out, or you can cut them. You know, you can harvest like this also. Cutting them with the scissors. Take the greens, put them in the plastic bag with the paper towel, and do the entire mat, and then take another paper towel and cover it on the top. Closing the bag. Now, like I said, this will stay fresh for about a week. Notice that I didn't rinse them. I put them in here. The purpose of the paper towels is to keep them dry so you don't get mold. This is perfectly safe to eat this way. It's totally organic. There's been no chemicals obviously put on the plants, but if you want to wash them before you use them, before you eat them, wash them when you take them out of the refrigerator, not before you put them in the refrigerator. And like I said, these will store up for a week. That's how easy it is to grow microgreens. Basically, you just plant the seeds, in 2 weeks you harvest them, and that's that. These microgreens here were grown in intense heat, so you don't need a special temperature or anything like that. This stuff really grows, and it's really easy to grow. It's important though that you have the right equipment to get it right. So we put together a starter set that you can get at our store on the website. And in the starter set, you'll get 2 of these 8x8 trays with the domes to cover it, to germinate the seeds. You get the grow mats, these unique jute fiber grow mats. We love them, much better than soil. You get a spray bottle to mist the seeds so that they germinate. And of course you get organic, non-GMO seeds to start off with, and a booklet that gives you the step-by-step instructions on how to do this. Growing microgreens is a great project for kids, and who knows, because they're ready in 2 weeks, you can almost see them how they grow day to day, and who knows, you might get your kids to eat their broccoli if they grow it themselves. It's lunchtime around here. I'm going to have some fresh radishes on my sandwich. See you later.